All right, we got some Degenerocity today. Comedy anime. So I did not watch Psyche K, right? I know that's what it's from. Gintama, I did not watch that, but I know it's goated. But Konosuba, bro, 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Like, this is actually peak. It's so funny too. It's a isekai. I think this is one of like the earliest isekai that took the genre, but I believe it was like the first one to make a comedy out of it. If I remember correctly. I mean, I haven't really watched anime as of recently, but from what I remember, I believe this is the only isekai that's comedy at the beginning. Right now, we have isekai of everything, bro. I died and woke up and my teacher is a refrigerator. I just saw something about, I got reincarnated as a vending machine, bro. Like, what is you talking about? But yeah, Konosuba is funny, though. It has that one magician who only knows explosion. Then there's that masochist night shorty. And then there was like that god girl. Well, yeah, so it was Megumi, Aqua, and Darkness. There's an anime that came out in October called My Wife Got Reincarnated as a 10-year-old. Yo, bro, take that manga writer, bro, and put him in jail right now, man.
Warning! I'm a huge nerd in this video, and I'm proud of it. Zippity-doo-bop.
I love comedies. It is my favorite genre to watch outside of romance, which makes me remember how lonely I am. I feel that is my favorite genre because I used to love to joke around with friends and family when I was younger. I took very little things serious.
Oh, wait. I hope he mentions Prison School. Bro, Prison School is by far the funniest thing I've ever seen. That anime makes, yo, bro, the facial expressions, the situations they get themselves into, the way, like, bro, yo, that one is actually good.
Out of people, like I was just a jester or something. I wanted to be known as the funny guy, not knowing I was just being a certified clown.
Yo, what's that dude? Yo, Prison School, fat dude, small face. What's that dude's name? This one, oh my god. Yo, even the roster of characters they had, that big watermelon shorty that they had in there too. Like, wow.
Not knowing I was just being a certified clown. I was just a joke. At least I get paid for it now. But I was like that because comedies were the only thing I watched back then. And I was also stupid. Like, all the cartoons I watched back then were comedies. All the movies I watched back then were comedies. Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, everything on there was a comedy. Even back then, the only reason I was on YouTube was for funny content like Smosh, C-Nanners, Nigga Higga, but now I'll be watching it for...
Yo, you said that with 2 G's, bro. That was 2 G's in there, man. It's 1 G. Come on, bro.
This TikToker I ain't never heard of controversy. I'd be laughing my gluteus maximus off at all these funny stuff I was watching. My favorites being Regular Show, Everybody Hates Chris, and Family Guy. So I already had a supreme taste in comedy as a kid.
Supreme taste.
Not modern day Family Guy though. So as the comedy expert, when I started to watch anime, I wanted to know what the comedic ones had to offer. You know, cause it's a natural thing to get curious about when you're the reincarnation of Charlie Chaplin like myself. And at the beginning, I was met with a very positive, great start when I started watching Nichijou, which I'll talk about later on in the video, cause right now I'm about to go on Demon Time. And after watching that, I was like, damn, if they're all like this, then this is about to be really great. They were not all like that.
No, they're not.
I'd argue most of them were pretty garbage, or at least had me straight face game. Not a smirk, not a smile, not a hee-hee, nothing. They were not funny. And I was, and still am, kind of confused, because I know comedy is subjective, but how does so much mid come out of one genre and get recommended in this community? It makes no sense to me. I went searching for answers. Oh my god, ReZero was also such a good anime that took the isekai genre, and oh my god, yo, that first season, chat, he gets reincarnated by death. He comes back by death. So he has to die, like, and he feels it, and he knows what happened. Nah, that dude is brave. Shout out to my boy Subaru, bro. That dude, in order to come back to life, he has to die. So he has to have the courage to die, bro. Oh my god, nah. On anime Reddit pages, but instead of getting an answer, I was bombarded with the shittiest memes in existence. It's impressive how consistently bad these memes are, cause they've just been copying and pasting the same meme for the past 10 years. Like, look at this. What is this? If the people that write 90% of comedy anime are the type to laugh at an anime girl pouty face meme, then we are doomed.
No, this is bad.
As a species. No wonder World War III is about to happen. You know what's worse than catching your son watching One Piece? Catching him on r/anime memes. Like, that's just
Yo, bro, listen, just watch anime, enjoy it, do what you gotta do. But then if you're really in like Reddit places and all that, nah, you're cooked, bro. Vash, what's your opinion on jobless reincarnation? I actually really liked the anime at the beginning. I thought it was cool, the way he got reincarnated, the fight scenes, the characters. I thought that was dope. Then I'm watching more and more of it, and I'm starting to realize, like, wait, hold on. This is a grown man inside of a little boy's body. And wait, that sounded wrong too. Hold on. This is a grown man that got reincarnated into a young boy. There we go. But he had the mindset of that said grown man still. Like he knew who it was. Then I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Then the anime proceeds. He starts to gain feelings for this other little girl who's also young, around about the same age. Then he proceeds to take her underwear and keep it and smell it here and there. So I started feeling a little bit uncomfortable. I was like, how can the anime be this fire here with the characters, the fight scenes, the idea of it was pretty dope. And then we have this. So I ain't like this. So I dropped it after a while. That's my opinion. I think it's goofy now. I don't even know what they're doing. Did he meet his teacher from when he was younger? And did he find his mom? Up to his mom. I don't know what happened to his mom. How did you find that anime? From anychart.net, I think it's called. So they would give you basically like a list of the animes that are coming for the next season. And that's what I would always do. Like every season I would try to like see what I'm gonna pick up. And I saw that I'm like jobless reincarnation. And then they give you a description. And then I was like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. That's how I found my animes. I think if they got rid of the older voice, it would fix it. Yeah, exactly. If it wasn't like a reincarnation, I think it would be fine in a sense. Cause like, okay, that's a young boy being a young boy. Bro, it's just horny. Jobless is a widely loved anime and highly rated. That's how. Yeah. Yo, we're 2 minutes in, too much yapping.
Catching him on r/anime memes. Like, that's just a one-way ticket to the orphanage. That can't be my seed. Outside of that tangent I just went on.
Strong as
yeah,
me.
Comedy anime is very, very inconsistent. For me, at least. And in this video, I'll be going over why I think it's inconsistent. Bring up a few bad ones as examples, a few good examples, and what I personally look for in comedies. But before I start, let's get to know the history of comedy. Now, comedy was created when God did the first joke ever, saying, you know, what if I just killed all the dinosaurs?
Oh.
And he did just that. And not gonna lie, looking back at it, that was pretty funny. Like, they had no idea what was coming. Then Adam Sandler was born, and comedy anime came shortly after. That's your history lesson of the day from Professor D. I've watched a lot of comedy anime. More than you think. I've been studying this subject for a while now, going through hell and back. Watching some of the dumbest shows, watching some of the most unfunny anime moment compilations imaginable. Sometimes I struck gold, but that was few and far in between. But I believe I found a reason why I think most comedy anime don't make me giggle. It's cause the tropes and cliches. Some might say it's a cultural difference, like some countries find this funny, other countries find this funny kind of thing, but nah. There's a lot of Japanese game show and commercial clips that I've laughed with. I know that.
Yeah, I noticed that too, that like obviously in Japanese, the age of consent, in Japan, the age of consent and like what they consider normal, whatever, is way different than us. So that's why when I always talk about, you know, because now I'm older, right? So I see through things now. So when it comes to like little girls and those lollies and the high-pitched voice and they're moaning, or like, you know, scenes that are supposed to be ecchi, now I see through that, I'm just like, ugh. Like, I feel uncomfortable. But over there, and I guess here too, in a sense, it's still kind of popular.
But nah, there's a lot of Japanese game show and commercial clips that I've laughed with. I know that ain't the same thing as watching an entire series, but I'm gonna take what I have. Yeah, I don't think it's a cultural thing. I think it's the tropes. Like having any kind of character personality trait that ends in a dure, 9 times out of 10, those characters suck. And cliches like a harem or something, basically fan service comedy anime aren't funny. Like literally none of them are funny.
No, whoa. Oh yeah. Prison School go crazy. Don't you dare disrespect High School DxD, bro. Speaking of ecchi, back in the day, that shit was fire, bro. Boys said booster. Bro, my meat was on booster. The whole time, bro, what? Bugging. Vash, you watch Hajime no Ippo? Yes. My favorite isekai is, do you love your mom and her multi-hit attacks? May I ask what is that even about?
Basically, fans.
That was a good anime too.
Those characters suck. And cliche.
This one.
Basically, fan service comedy anime aren't funny. Like, literally, none of them are
Fire.
funny.
Stop
There is
doing
no
such
such thing as a funny fan service anime. The only type of jokes they tell in these animes are a boy walks into a room not knowing a girl is changing in there, and then he gets slapped. That's the only kind of jokes they tell. Then they repeat this joke every single episode. These anime thrive off of misunderstandings. But by the looks of it, most of y'all weebs just eat that shit up like it's the first time y'all seen it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But I do get that fan service comedy animes suck. And also, I don't like these low-key EDP type trope characters that comedy anime in general, not only fan service anime, have, where the teacher wants to get with the students. Like, why did I see this kind of character in at least 5 different series? It's weird. And also, some people might say, what about Intercessions Reviewers? That's kind of funny. I never laughed at that show. Not once. It was entertaining, but I didn't laugh at it. And also, who cares that it's known as the quote-unquote best of its genre? Being known as the funniest fan service anime.
Oh, isn't this a boy? I think I watched up until this part. Yo, this man lifted his blouse. I don't know. And you saw the bulge. I was like, yeah. Nah, I was weak after that. I was actually weak. I don't know how he didn't laugh at that, but I laughed at it.
Also, who cares that it's known as the quote-unquote best of its genre? Being known as the funniest fan service anime is like being known as the best wheelchair basketball player. I mean, you might be good at your side of the field, but LeBron can dunk on you, nuts in your face and everything, 21-0. But yeah, fan service comedies ain't for me. And that cuts out like 1/5 of anime comedies, so we're already at a bad start. But the ones outside—
Wait, chat, what about, yo, back in the day, I was a horny man, I'm not gonna lie. Monster Musume or something. Hey, listen, I was good up until that Paprika girl, that little bird shorty. Yo, that was a little weird. That was a little weird interaction there, I'm not gonna lie. But I kept watching. Yeah, I did, you know what I'm saying? Nah, Gooner Vash, chill, bro. I was like 16, bro. 16, 17 or something.
Side of the genre. Even the ones I like and consider decent, I still walk away from it not laughing once. I might do a little exhale through the nose, like, you know, like that kind of thing. But actually laughing, not a chance. Like, quick example, I love this comedy anime called Kakushi Goto, about this single mangaka taking care of his daughter and their shenanigans. Did not laugh a single time when I was watching it, but I love it. It's just that a lot of these anime, I just be having an entertaining time when I watch it.
I'm smiling, but it ain't funny. I'm smiling, but it ain't funny.
Even a well-established anime like Grand Blue, I didn't laugh a single time at. Not once. I thought the anime was enjoyable, but I don't know, man. I didn't think it was funny. Like, these guys were mad annoying, always beating up the main boy for just talking to a girl. Why is he even friends with them? And the rest of the jokes just didn't hit for me. Some came close, but still didn't hit. And also, it couldn't escape my mind how the show is obviously trying to set up Iori and Chiza together because they both obviously like each other, but they're cousins, and not like the 4th or 5th cousins, like not blood related.
Like,
no, her father is his uncle. This is 3rd degree Alabama.
Oh yeah.
So now that Grand Blue was a failed, I tried to expand my catalog by—
Thank you for the explanation of what cousin means. Oh, as in like we see the uncle and he's always there and that's his uncle for real. So that's his first cousin. I see.
So now that Grand Blue was a failed, I tried to expand my catalog by watching/reading more highly acclaimed comedies to see if my comedy anime point was still valid. So I watched Ghost Stories, dubbed obviously.
I want to see that, bro. We watched the Ghost Story like compilation and I want to see it for real, bro. I want to see what other parts they decided to like be out of pocket with, bro.
Think of a big black man chasing you!
Alright.
And then I read this manga called Yotsuba, a comedy manga that's ranked in the top 10 comedies on Mal. Let's start with Yotsuba. It's garbage!
Oh!
Just kidding, it's actually good.
Oh.
I didn't laugh though. Yotsuba is a slice of life comedy about the daily life of this little girl, Yotsuba. That's it. Each chapter is episodic with her interacting with her neighbors, and she's such a dumbass, annoying kid. She's always doing something stupid in every chapter, and it gets on my nerves. I mean, sometimes it's cute, and other times she needs to get her ass whooped. And it's also canon that she's adopted and got abandoned by her parents. No wonder why they did. She's a little shit. Other than her, the other characters are pretty fun, like Tall Guy and the sisters. Honestly, I don't even want to talk much junk about this series because I actually like it. It's cute, and I had a fun time. I'm only mentioning it because it's a high-ranked comedy anime, well, manga, and I just didn't laugh reading it. Further proving my point that 90% of comedy anime and manga are not funny, or at least I didn't laugh at them. But this is a good manga. I'd have it a
Okay, so what did you laugh at?
I've also watched Ghost Stories.
Spike's Family's nice.
It made me laugh. Like, laughter you can hear and see. If you don't know what Ghost Stories is, it's this anime known for its English dub being very out there.
Years ago, people went in there, but they didn't come out. Not unlike your sister.
Hey man, let's get off the sisters. Especially since I just got off of yours.
Oh.
I like his sister. She's one hot chulo.
What?
I know that you're gay.
I did laugh
What?
at this show a lot. It's very funny.
See what I'm saying? That wasn't in the compilations, bro. That's why I feel like I need to watch it.
Especially with the jokes that catch me off guard. But, even though it is funny, this doesn't count. Because the original version of this show is a boring horror anime.
So what you
and
got
the
then?
only reason it is funny is because the English American dub team were told they can do whatever they want with the script. So they were the ones that made it funny, not the show itself. And my point still stands.
So what you got then?
Almost all comedy anime are straight face game.
What do
but
you
even
like?
though I'm talking all this trash about comedy anime, there's still a good few of them that make me laugh consistently.
Put me on.
Konosuba,
Fire.
Asobi Asoba said, Saiki K, One Punch Man, always manage to make me laugh when watching them. These are really great comedy anime and just good comedies in general. I've even watched Prison School recently.
Yeah.
And even though Glasses Guy carries like 80% of the jokes, it was still pretty funny. And I think I found these ones funny because, one, they don't rely on tropes and cliches as jokes, or at least they do it very little.
True.
And two, I think my general cup of tea for comedies is this asshole, ridiculous kind of humor. That's what I personally look for in comedies. I just love it when people are dickheads to each other and then something stupid happens. That's why I love South Park so much, and honestly, it's tied in first place for my #1 favorite comedy ever. I'll mention the other one that's tied with it later on in the video. And since that's
Family
my kind
Guy?
of sense of humor, a comedy anime like Gintama, about a guy and his crew doing odd jobs while they themselves are jerks, or at least show to have very little care for what they do, should most likely fill my needs. And I have watched Gintama, all 367 episodes.
Yeah.
And I can agree, it's a pretty funny show. After you watch 100 episodes, the first 100 episodes got me sleepy.
Damn.
Gintama has a rough start.
So how did you manage
a
to
rough
stay on
1/4
it?
of the series. I didn't really find the first 100 episodes funny. They were just mostly Gintoki and his crew doing.
Yeah,
random
I
jobs.
actually will watch Psyche K, because I did what did I do last time? I did something, I don't know if we were ranking animes or talking about anime, something anime related, and then that one came up, and then y'all were saying like that one's really good, and then saying it was funny and all that. Yeah, like y'all were like hyping it up, so I'll definitely watch it if it's really that funny.
And I know that's what they basically do for the entire series, but during the first 100 episodes, the people were just
Guess the
boring.
opening,
and the jobs
yeah,
they did were just
something like
less
that.
interesting too. Like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. The first 100 episodes, I just didn't laugh. Not that I didn't like the first 100 episodes. If I didn't, I would have dropped the show in a heartbeat. The show is easy to binge and passively watch when you're eating or something. That's how you should watch the first 100 episodes. But I did laugh quite a lot during one episode. This was also the first time I laughed at Gintama. It was the second half of episode 35. The plot of that half of the episode was about the chief of the Shinsengumi, which is like the police force of the world. His daughter was going on a date with a guy he didn't like. So he gathered the other higher-ups of the force, Kondo, Sogo, and Hichigata, who's the best character in Gintama, by the way, don't at me, to mess with the guy that's dating his daughter
How
and
did
ruin
he-
the date. And maybe kill him. This whole segment was
How did he
hilarious.
get that?
Especially the part when Sogo forces the guy to doodle himself on the roller coaster to make him look bad during this date. And at the end of the ride, he actually doodled himself. But then she admits she doodled herself too. Because she found the ride scary. And then they start bonding because they both doodled themselves. I thought that was mad funny.
See, I'm walking around with dookie booty, bro. Okay, that was actually funny.
And at the end, it turns out she lied about doodling herself. She only said that so her date wouldn't feel embarrassed about himself.
She's a keeper.
Now that's future wife material.
Facts.
That's a real right there. I also remember laughing a few times at the cockroach episode, but yeah, the rest of the first 100 episodes were entertaining and fun. I didn't laugh during any other episode. Also, Benny Zerker arc is mid. After that though, episode 101 to the end of the series, the show is consistently funny, making me laugh damn near every episode. The show has become a top tier comedy anime.
Oh, so
However,
it's literally
there's still one thing.
ass from 0 to 100.
Annoying thing.
I mean, 1 to 100.
So, there's this character trope called the straight man character. And this trope is in just about almost every comedy anime in existence. It's even in comedies in other cultures too. And this trope is basically the character in the comedy that whenever someone says or does something stupid, they reply with a funny quip. Kind of like Jim from The Office, kind of. And almost every comedy anime has this kind of character in it. And the character Shinpachi is the straight man character of Gintama, and his whole straight man shtick is basically his entire character. And it's so annoying because he yells and complains every time he speaks, always making these dumb quips after Gintoki and Kagura do something stupid, making the joke not funny anymore. Like, I could be dying of laughter over the dumb things Gintoki and Kagura or anybody in the series does or says. Then Shinpachi walks in the room yelling, "I get no bitches, I get no bitches," and completely gets me straight face. I don't need someone yelling just to explain what is funny to me after every joke. I hate that about every straight man character.
Yeah, because it needs to be left to interpretation. If you already laughed, then that means you got it. And then now you have somebody trying to explain it, and you're like, bro, it's not even funny no more, bro. I already laughed. Goofy.
Animes, but he just takes the cake for the most annoying. And it's not like he can't be funny. All of the arcs where Shinpachi is the star of it
Oh,
are
nah,
funny.
yo, bro. Nobody about to stand on my head, 10 toes gripping my cranium like that, bro. Do you know how disrespectful this is? Hell nah.
Arcs, like the time skip arc, the popularity arc, and literally any arc where he's the main character. I love those arcs, but that only takes up 2% of the anime. The rest of the 98%, he's annoying as shit. He acts like a bot. He's basically the second main character also, so he's like that for almost every episode.
Oh, so he's continuously
I wish Gintama took the daily lives of high school boys approach. Another anime that's equal in comedy standing with Gintama, and this is only 12 episodes long compared to Gintama's 367. This show has a straight man mainish character too. Definitely not as annoying as Shinpachi,
toast in the mouth, going to school.
Straight man character in animes. And you know what the show does with this guy? Even though he's part of the 3 main characters, he's only in like 3 episodes in the entire show. He does not overstay his unfunny welcome, which makes me like his character even more. We never need to see too much of the same character doing the same joke over and over again every episode. And when this guy's not there, we just laugh and enjoy the ridiculous and dumb situations everyone else does. We don't need someone to explain why what they're doing is dumb. We can see that ourselves. This honestly low-key makes the anime funnier than Gintama. But I'll say Gintama has funnier characters than this show. Shinpachi holds back Gintama's comedy so much, but the jokes without him constantly yelling are hilarious, I swear. Still, I recommend Daily Lives of High School Boys a lot, and also Gintama, even though the first 100 episodes are a 7 out of 10, and Shinpachi is like the hell demon from Smiling Friends. When Gintama is great, in its serious moments, it's genuinely top tier, and when it's funny, it's hilarious. I don't think it's top tier shonen, but it's at least miles ahead of One Piece. Nevertheless, let's move on to my big 3.
He's consistent with that hate.
Anime. This is self-explanatory. These are my top 3 comedy anime, and they are ranked on how funny they are.
What you got?
In my completely subjective sense of humor. These are anime that had me dying every episode.
Prison School.
And I have nothing but love and affection for them. And I'm gonna start off with my 3rd favorite, Hinamatsuri. This is probably the most underrated anime I've ever watched. The only reason I watched it was because Crunchyroll wouldn't stop recommending it to me, saying, "Oh, since you watch this, you might like this." And I was like, fine, I'll watch it. And
I've seen that cover before.
This is in my top 20. Hinamatsuri is about this Yakuza guy who's just living life, then boom! A little girl in an egg just teleports in his home.
Oh, I've seen
this. This situation could easily end very badly for this guy,
I ain't gonna lie.
but the little girl has mob psycho powers and she can help him with his dirty work.
Yeah.
So he decides to adopt her. Now, one thing I love about this anime are the characters. The cast is fucking great. Even the straight man character, Hitomi, is great. In fact, she's one of my favorite characters. Anzu too, she's also another girl with mob psycho powers.
Oh yeah!
Is just the best daughter.
I did watch this. I think I watched it up until that part though, with the shadow boxing thing. Because I saw a clip of it, and then that's what made me interested into in the anime. Then I got up to that episode, and then I kind of dropped it after that, only because I kept falling asleep.
Anzu too.
Story of my life. I'm old, man.
Mob psycho powers is just the best daughter anybody could ask for. The main character is also hilarious, man. This show is hilarious. I love it. I've read the manga front to back too, and there's never a dull moment. It might throw you off that it's a slice of life anime if you're into shonens, but you gotta watch Hinamatsuri, man. You will not regret it. And it looks really good too. Like, look at this. Where else you gonna get that?
Oh.
Not from One Piece. The animation is great in this slice of life anime. And it's even better in my second go-to comedy, right behind number 1, Nichijou. This anime is on a league of its own in comedy and animation. They had no need to make it look this good. This is the first comedy anime I've ever watched, so it set my standards stupidly high for comedy anime, making me disappointed in most of them.
Really?
Also, most of them also just suck too. That's how good this anime is. And you might be a guy looking at this anime thinking, ah man, this looks girly and gay. And that's a very closed-minded mindset that's holding you back from greatness.
That is.
It's nothing like those cute girl anime comedies like Nekopara. I think that shit's garbage and for neckbeards too.
Yeah,
but
facts. I
Nichijou
don't like those.
is different. This anime is a different breed. I can't even describe what it's about. Like, it's about many things. It's about a robot, a talking cat, a dumbass, a down bad teacher, a cube. There's all sorts of stories. And every single one of them is hilarious. And the animation is better than most TV anime series you ever seen. It goes stupid. The characters are amazing. The opening and ending song is top 3. There's a guy fighting a deer. Like, just watch Nichijou.
With impact frames too? Okay, buddy, okay.
This anime is amazing.
Wait, what is it called again? Nichijou, he said?
Guy fighting a deer? Like, just watch Nichijou. This anime is amazing. Like, I'm bad at explaining stuff. Just trust me. Trust me. And this leads me to my number 1. The funniest comedy anime of all time, in my subjective opinion.
Alright, took a screenshot.
Before I say, I have a 4th place honorable mention that I just have to say.
What you got? Great
Teacher Onizuka is top 10 for me. Onizuka is literally my favorite main character of all time.
Okay, let me tell you something. This anime is funny, right? But looking back at it, now mind you, I don't know if he planned to be with one of the students or the student tried to like get him in trouble. The student tried to bait or actually succeeded in baiting him into her apartment. Now mind you, he's a teacher, right? And then it was a student. So then it gets kind of weird, and then he gets caught, and then he like beats teenagers as well. So I don't know, it's got like a little weird twist to it, but when I did watch it back then, I thought it was pretty funny. So whatever, I give him that.
And it's just an overall great anime and manga, and a funny one too. In fact, I like it more than Hinamatsuri, but I do think Hinamatsuri is funnier than GTO, so that's why it didn't make my top 3. But watch GTO Great Teacher Onizuka. It is so amazing. It's in my top 10, and the opening is literally the best opening in any anime ever.
Really?
Musically and visually, not up for debate, don't try me. Now, we move on to the number 1, the Honey Bun, the Rising Sun. It is Kaguya-sama Love is War is the funniest anime I've ever watched. It's just peak.
Okay.
This anime is about 2 students that attend a very high-ranked, prestigious school.
Yo, listen, Degenerocity. The way the video started, I'm over here thinking you about to fumble. Like, you talk about comedy and you not giving me nothing, bro. But I'm gonna take back my thoughts. Okay, I'm gonna take them back, and I'm gonna give you some respect right there, bro. This is a great pick. I like this.
And they're also part of the student council, President Shirogane and Vice President Kaguya. The thing is, they're in love with each other, but neither of them want to confess to one another because their pride is way too high.
And the voice actors for both, like this anime, there's a lot to it. I watched it and then I learned like the voice actors, like they sounded so familiar, and I'm like, yo, wait, this is fire. And then there was the comedy and all that, and then there was the girl with the pink hair. I actually forgot her name, but she was mad funny too and added so much. So yeah, the roster, the voice actor, the thought process, all that shit was dope. Okay, so for me, like just off the top, I think Prison School is pretty funny. So that would probably be my #1 spot just for now. But the fact that he mentioned this, I can respect the choice, you know what I'm saying?
The thing is, they're in love with each other, but neither of them want to confess to one another because their pride is way too high, and they think if they themselves were the one to confess first, it would mean they lost in this love battle they made up themselves. I just described the show so horribly, but please, it's amazing, man.
That's fine.
I love this anime
that's
so
facts.
much. I know I've been obsessing over cast of characters a lot in this vid, but for real, Kaguya-sama has my favorite cast of characters in any other anime I've ever seen ever. Period. The main 4 cast of characters would legit make my top 50 of all time list. Miku and Hayasaka would be in my top 100.
Crazy.
The characters in this show are amazing and fun. The situations are hilarious. I'm so terrible at selling shows like this. Like, this is in my top 10. This is my #1 favorite comedy anime, and also my favorite cast of characters out of any anime I've ever watched. Maybe even any show I've ever watched. That alone should sell you enough to watch it. It's just so good, man. You can't describe it with words. Just watch this video about it. He describes it better than I could ever. It's also the best romance anime ever. Not even close. It's literally not even close to any other one. Watch Kaguya-sama Love is War. You won't regret it. And yeah, that's my big 3.
I respect it.
These are the funniest animes out there. But there's one other show that looks like an anime that's funnier than all of the big 3 I mentioned. And that's the Boondocks, bro. Only real niggas watch this show. This and South Park are tied in first for the funniest shows I've ever watched. Kaguya-sama second.
He said it looks like an anime.
My kind of humor. Like that ignorant kind of humor.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. Uncle Ruckus and Riley are the funniest characters in fiction, and that Uncle Ruckus family episode is the funniest episode in fiction. I just love racist jokes. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna try to like defend myself. I love racist jokes. Not the edgelord racist jokes where hard R equals funny. No.
Yeah, no, that's not funny at all.
About actual good jokes.
Hang that nigga now!
Oh!
I got the rope right here!
The Boondocks is just peak comedy.
That's actually a bad one.
Season 4 might have not been the best, but I still love the Freedom Riders episode and that Riley Scandal episode a lot. So if you only watch things that are or look like anime, you're kind of a loser. And also watch the Boondocks, it's amazing. And that's basically the video. I might think most anime comedies are garbage and disposable trash that even a middle schooler could write something funnier.
I agree.
There's still a few of them that are actually really funny. It's just that after you watch those few, that's kind of it. I still haven't watched Get Dance, which is the only other comedy anime that I think would actually make me laugh. There's also a few comedies that I don't find funny and that I do find funny that I forgot to mention.
Yes.
So if you recommend—
Okay, I wanted to pause a little more back. I think what I do like is, where did I want to pause? It was like a little kid, but I don't know. It was like a little kid, and that plays along with like characters that are clumsy. And one of the ones that I was gonna talk about was the girl in Kill la Kill, like the side character. This girl, her. I think she's hilarious. She's mad clumsy and funny, just doing random stuff. And another one that does stuff like that is Anya from Spy X Family or Spy Family, whatever. I don't know, I feel like she's so cute. Yes, she makes like certain faces and like her demeanor and mannerism is just funny. And that's kind of like her too. I don't know. Rascal Dreams of Bunny Senpai. Yeah, this shorty, she's funny too and like cute or whatever and stuff like that. I feel like they add like really well to the anime.
That I don't find funny and that I do find funny that I forgot to mention. So if you recommend stuff in the comments, I have most likely already watched it and most likely didn't laugh. And I know there'll be these few comments that'll say, if you really want to laugh, watch Girlfriend. Watch Lucky Star. Like, nigga, do you actually think I'm gonna laugh at that shit? Don't recommend trash in the comments, whether it's intentional or not. Now, I know I'm sounding like the comedy police, but I don't care. Based on majority opinion, most of y'all opinions are wrong.
Trash.
If you can take anything out of this video, watch these. Really?
Psyche K, okay, that's on the list. And then the other one that he put me on, I know you something like that. What? Chat, how is this even said? Asobiasobas. Ghost Stories, I gotta watch that dubbed for sure. Probably not gonna watch this. Gintama, not gonna watch that either. That one, Nichijou. This one I kind of want to finish. Like he hyped it up, and I remember.
Really, really watch these, and everything else sucks, anime-wise. That is. I'm running out of energy here, and I just want to move on to my next video and talk about gas prices. So, in conclusion, please watch these. I'm on my knees at Walmart right now.
You not watching shit. You not watching Nathan. Okay, what did they say? I'm gonna be real. Psychic Cake easily my favorite anime comedy of all time. And okay, so that plays along with what I was saying earlier, where like people are obviously gonna have their opinions on what's best, but I can respect Love is War, bro. Like that one's a really good anime. Like I shit you not, I watched all 3 seasons in 2 days. Oh my god, that takes me back to the prime days, bro. Prime time anime, when if you wanted to watch something, you had to go on a third-party random website, bro. And if you wanted to watch more anime, you'd have to go through to forums or anime-specific sites, bro, just to get ideas of what to watch next, man. My god. Psychic K, Psychic K, Psychic Cake. Chat, everything is Psychic K, Psychic K. Bet, we on that then. Fine, we on Psychic K then. Ew. Anyways, hey, yo, DJ, that was fire, bro.